See, that's my bumper gone. The car spun out. And we're looking at a tree now. Here we go. Hello everyone. We're back. And this time I'm going to play a game that is more dear to my heart. I love this game a lot. It's actually one of my most played games on Steam. And you know what? It's barely even a game. It's nothing but a physics simulator. It has a few game modes, has a few little mini games, but it's mainly a physics simulation. And what I mean by that is, it's a damage physics simulation. So you have soft body physics in this game. It's super impressive. Yeah, it's a bit janky. There's still stuff like this, which is not great. But it does have a great selection of cars, and I'm pretty sure that they added in a new car recently. Although I'm not sure if I can see it anywhere, but they have a good selection of cars. Different types, vans and trucks and old cars and kind of old sedans. Everyone's first ever car, the Ibiza Corvette. Unless you're Sherrier and you have an ETA K series as your first car. Oh, you know what, let's try do the... It's got a full inside view as well. Let's just see if I can do this. Yeah, so in first person that's a lot easier, but even just doing that, the bumper hit the floor from the looks of it. So there's really extreme examples as well, where you can completely destroy the car. And that looked really fast and awesome then, but I can actually show you in slow motion what's actually happening. So if I slow it down right at the last second, you can actually see what was happening in that small crash. This is not the same crash as another crash, so it might come out a little bit differently. But the physics really are impressive. And this is obviously an extreme version. I'm going 100 miles an hour right now, and you can just see everything crumple, everything bit by bit. Rear engine broken, rear drive shaft broken, the wheels getting loose. Even things at the back are kind of crumpling because of the pressure and the force. And we have a completely flat car at the front now. The engine's been pushed into the driver. That driver is dead. There's also a ton of different maps which you can explore and drive around in to your heart's desire. You can throw yourself off a cliff. I can show you that as an example. So let's change up the car a little bit. Let's pick this. This is quite a tough car. Let's pick the taxi variant, why not? And we're just going to drive this bitch off a cliff. Struggling a bit. And you can just see the physics at work. Especially if you slow the game down. I don't know about you, but I could watch this all day. I could watch just cars crashing. I just find it so satisfying. And there you go. And you know what, surprisingly, the car does work, although it says one tyre is completely destroyed and the drive shaft has been broken. So yeah, that's an example of that. So another thing that I like to do is in the West Coast USA map. So the West Coast USA map is quite a large map, but one of the things that it does have, a really good example, is Driver San Francisco, or the first Driver game, and it's their really hilly roads and the really steep roads. This game has that, or like a replicate version of that. So if we pick a cool muscle car like this, for example, you know what, we picked a muscle car already, so let's pick a car that we haven't seen already. You know, look, a fairly standard realistic looking sedan. Let's pick, maybe not the lowrider one, that's kind of cool, but let's pick the street tuned version. and you can just free roam the whole place. So if you drive up here, and you can see what I mean by the steep roads. But even a curb in this game will kill your car. Like you'll damage the wheels, or you'll do something. Very much so like real life. So if you reset checkpoint there, now whenever I respawn it will put me there. And let's just drive off as fast as I can. See, that's my bumper gone, the car spun out, and we're looking at a tree now. Here we go. Let's see if I can get all the way to the bottom before crashing into the end, because there's barriers right at the end. And I think I've lost control again. Slow it down. I just missed the lamppost, but I think the tree's going to clip us, and trees in this game wrap the whole car around it. Watch it. Look at that. The car is alive, but the drivetrain is completely... Oh, look. I got the wheel. Yeah, so let's pick a different car, because this car really struggles with that. If we pick a car, for example, with a really good suspension, that will be able to handle the jumps pretty much no problem. And I know there's a good example with this car here. So if I pick the rally, let's say the rally gravel. Let's go. So this car should soak up the jumps quite easily. And you can see that in motion actually when I land. Yeah, you get a little tap on the bodywork, but that was only the first jump. Just gotta keep it straight. Oh, I've not lost it straight. I've lost it. Am I gonna dodge the tree? It looks like it. Oh no. But surprisingly, the car is completely fine. Only the bodywork, and that's probably partly due to the fact that this car has a roll cage. Let's try doing an actual. Let's try doing an actual run to the bottom. Lost it, and 100 times slow-mo. We're gonna hit this lamppost. Let's do it a little bit faster so you can actually see what's going on. And that is, yeah, the car is still really strong because of the roll cage, but it completely destroyed the back wheels. And we only have front wheel drive at the moment now. The axles on the back are probably completely destroyed, but the car has surprisingly so much power. Another interesting thing is that there's scenarios in the game as well, so those scenarios are probably the most fun thing to do in the game. Even though I think the simulation itself is incredibly fun, there's some really fun little mini games, and these essentially are just little mini games and nothing more. Let's try one out. So this one I've got to take out the cars. A cinematic chase, high speed battle in the desert between two modern ETK luxury cars. So this is an example of a scenario. The bad guy is trying to escape, stop him, destroy his car, keep yours running. So all I've got to do is take out his car and make sure I don't die. Use the environment to your advantage. Direct your enemies into rocks, ditches and other obstacles. Good luck. This is a ferocious car. It's really loud. And all I've got to do is take out this car. He seems to be a lot faster than me. He's way faster than me. Wait, I'm catching up, I'm catching up. I hit him a bit in the back. Failed? No. Alright, retry. I could barely catch up to him. All I gotta do is take him out. Come on. He's so fast. This never used to be a thing in the game. I'm pretty sure he used to be a bit slower. Maybe they've updated the car since then, but I'm not sure. Oh crap. No, fuck. He ended up wrecking me. Try again. Alright, third time's a charm. Come on, you can do this. And maybe I'm just terrible. Well, let's just see. I think I can do it this time. So I'm gonna ram him. Right into the wall. Oh shit. Where is he? Where did he go? Oh, he went this way. No, he got away. Okay, so maybe it's just me being shit. Let's try another one. Why don't we? This is quite a good one. Intersection 2. So I'm aware that there's a lot of videos on this game. A YouTuber that I like to watch who plays this game is YBR. He does a lot of mods and stuff. So that's a really good example of checking out the game. Someone who's probably a lot more educated in the game as well. This is just a really fun game to me because I love the physics simulation. So you can tell from the thumbnail this car was grey. So they've changed it since then. So maybe that's what's messing with the scenarios. Right, I've got to hit this car. What? My car's way faster than his. Well, that didn't work. I lost. It's because my car's too fast. So I've got to slow down. I'm going to slow down. Alright, am I going to hit him? No! He went right over me. Oh, this is really hard. I don't want to do another failed attempt. I'm really doing a poor job of trying to show off this game. Come on! Oh, man! I can't seem to do it. The cars have changed and another failed scenario. Now I can't fail the next one. It's going to be so embarrassing if I fail another scenario. But look, the cars were grey before in the thumbnail in the original version of this minigame, but now they've changed. So maybe it's that. I could blame it on that. It could be me being shit, but it also could be that as well. Right, so this is a good example of how realistic the game is. Every time you do a jump, the car will get increasingly more damaged, and that's realistic. In any other racing game that you might play, whether it's GTA or Need for Speed or whatever racing game, usually you do jumps, and it's fun, yeah, of course, to land and carry on. Yeah, that is a more fun gameplay thing, but this game shows how realistic its physics system is by showing you that your car will get damaged after each jump. And you can't really full speed it. Okay, that was a fail. The car has a lot of power. But you can see now, when I jump now, it's going to wreck the car ever so slightly every time. And these are tiny jumps. So this is a lot harder than it looks. Oh. The learning curve for driving in this game is really difficult because it's extremely realistic. Everything is so fragile. It can break at any point. And there's 8 checkpoints. Look, the car is already out of shape. And sliding about. Luckily, it's all minor bodywork, but still. The car is pulling to the right a little bit. I'm trying to be as careful as possible. It looks like the last one's coming up. And there you go, success. I actually finished a scenario for one. And it looks like I got a gold in that one frame that I skipped. But look what we have now from a completely fresh car. All we did was those tiny jumps, and we have this amount of damage to the car, and that's what this game's about.